Hello, so this is a wonderful question that we have here. The question is saying, study the cross section of a lute below. So this is a lute. Before we even answer the questions that are down here, they are good questions that I just want us to revise through. So we need to understand that this part there called X, that part is what we get to call a phloem. So this is a phloem. This part X, these round things are called phloem. Then this part called Y, this is what we get to call a xylem. So hope we know the part labeled X and the part labeled Y, because the first question here is telling us to say, what is the function of X and Y? They want us to give the function of the parts labeled X. So what is the function of the part labeled X? That is a phloem. The function of the phloem is to transport manufactured food from the leaves to the parts of the plant. So this one is transporting manufactured food. The manufactured food that is being produced by the process called photosynthesis. So that food that is being made by that process, you discover that they are transported from the leaves to the parts of the body by these phloem cells. Then we go to the part labeled X. What is the function? So I just want us to revise through this particular question together, so that if we are to encounter questions like this in an exam, we'll be able to answer them. So what's the function of the part labeled Y? This part Y is a xylem. So the function of the xylem is to transport water. This one is transporting what? Transporting water and mineral salts. So it is transporting water and mineral salts from the roots to the parts of the plant. So this one is coming from the roots to the parts of the plant. This one is from the leaves to the parts of the plant. Hope you've seen the difference between xylem cells and phloem cells. We now go to the next question. Give 3 reasons why transport in plants. So the reason why transport in plants is important. One of the reasons why transport in plants is important, one, I'm going to say there is what? Nutrient distribution. So there is nutrient distribution. This is the first point that you have to know here. So nutrient distribution, what I mean is that transport systems ensures that essential nutrients are distributed from the roots to various parts of the plant. So you discover that there is what? Nutrient distribution. We've got a lot of answers that we can give here. Those of you under my online lessons, I gave you other ones, and these are the answers. So I just want to tell you that we've got many reasons, or we've got a lot of ways in which we get to answer questions in an exam. Then we've got another reason is that there is also what we call water regulation. So there's what we call water regulation. You discover that this water regulation, there is we need to understand that efficient transport helps in maintaining water levels, crucial for photosynthesis and the overall plant health. So the reasons why transport is important in plants is for water regulation, nutrient distribution, and the other thing is growth and development. There is what? There is growth and development. Growth and development. So these are some things that you are supposed to understand. So I just want you to know these things and understand them very well. These are good points that a person needs to know. These are certain things that you are supposed to understand. So you understand them, you know them very well. Let us now go to this last question that is here. We now move on to the last question that is here. The question is saying, Give 3 examples of plants that have cross section of the root above. What is this kind of a root is coming from where? So this root is coming from a monocot. So this root is coming from a what? Is coming from a monocot. It is a monocot root. So this is a monocot root. So what are certain examples of monocot roots? So example of monocot root, you need to understand that they are what we get to call, like we've seen sugar canes, isn't it? So that is also an example of a monocot root. So examples, they're just telling you to give 3 examples since you know that that root is for a monocot. So examples there we get to talk of, we can say onion is an example. We can talk of what? We can talk of rice is also an example. We can talk of wheat is also an example. So etc. They just want you to give 3. So we've got these 3. These will help you. So this is where we are going to end from. Those of you that are looking for tuitions in biology, I'm here to help you, and you need to WhatsApp me on this particular number. This is my WhatsApp number, so you can drop a text on WhatsApp. This is my number. So this is my number. This one is my number. And don't forget, I've got a Facebook page. You need to follow me on Facebook. My name is Harrison J. Zuru. So this is my name, Harrison J. Zuru Tutor. So you can just say, search for Harrison J. Zuru Tutor. You follow me on Facebook so that each content that I get to upload there, you get to see every content. So I want you to understand this. I want you to know these things. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've learned 1 or 2 things.